Okay, this is I think my last video for at least a couple of hours. Um, Someone sent me an article from Essence Magazine about um, black voters delivered the vote. Um, and it talked about Martin Luther King's comment at the March on Washington that black America has been handed a bad check and the nation marked it with insufficient funds. And so um, I don't disagree with any of that. But what this article said was we will uh, we will do more than vote. We will this and we will that. And that's important that we will. The thing is, will we? So for a lot of folks, they are voting in 4-year elections. And for a lot of people that I know, that is new. That's something people started doing in order to elect Barack Obama. And so they will vote every 4 years. But there are midterm elections that come every 2 years. And a lot of times, those are the local elections, not just for Congress people, but those are the local elections for mayor, for city council, for town council, for commissioners, for your water and soil conservation vote. Those are elections that have bonds on them and they affect your everyday life. So what we have to now train people to do is to vote in every election. It's not enough to just vote for the top down to the state. It's important to vote for those people in your local um, area because those are the people who make the decisions that affect your property tax, your hey Marianne again. Hey Fraser. Those are the people who affect your water bill. Those are the people who affect what happens in your neighborhoods. And they don't just make policy, they also nominate and appoint people to other things like the planning commission, the people who decide or help make decision about what goes in your neighborhood, what stores, what kind of homes, what happens on your Human Relations Commission, what happens with your Arts Council, what kind of public art gets put in places, what awards are given out, what grants are created. So those things hit you at home, and we don't always think about that. So, we might have to go back to some old ways of doing things because the other piece of this is intergenerational work. We can't expect the elders to carry it all on because they're dying off. And we can't expect those who are in the sandwich generation who are taking care of elders and children to take it on. And we can't expect that young people to do it all by themselves. We have to work together as generations. And we can't expect that all of the elders know all of the technology. They don't know how to do the Zoom phone call or the Zoom computer. They may not have a computer. And folks like my kids are so technologically savvy, it's amazing. In fact, I just got off of a phone call with my aunt whose great grandson asked her to call me, mostly because he wanted to talk to my daughter. But he said he got off the phone and she got on the phone with me, and the next thing I heard him say was, "I'll call you on Messenger." He's 5. So the generations have to learn how to work together to teach each other these things because we need each other. We couldn't have gotten here without the elders. Our young folks couldn't have gotten here without us. So we're connected. So we got to do that work too. And that's important. The elders have to learn to listen to the youngins, and the youngins have to learn to listen to the elders. We have wisdom on both ends. God created us with all the wisdom too, and we have to take it and use it appropriately. It's not all about telling each other what to do. It's saying, this is what I learned. This is what I've gained. This is something, can I help you with this? And don't teach it like, or don't share it like, you can't learn it. I'm better than you because I know this. Oh my gosh. And I've done that with my kids, and it's way too easy to say, I'm 40 years older than you. I know how to do. I don't know how to do everything. Sometimes we've got to be um, have wisdom and step back and go, I don't know how to do this. Can you show me this? Can you help me do this? It makes them proud to know that we value their opinion, just like it makes us proud to know that we've taught them a legacy of what came before, and we can teach them about what we go through on a daily basis. We have to work together. There are 5 generations living. All 5 generations need to work together and respect each other and respect each other's knowledge. Got to say, we can't every 4 years. We have to vote every time there's an election. We have to be at PTA to find out what the PTA chairs and the PTA committees are recommending to the principal and the teachers. Those meetings are on Zoom. And I know some people have to work. So that was my other point that I almost forgot to make. If we have to go back to the old school phone tree, and somebody, I look at the city calendar a couple of times a week, and I'm like, there's a meeting every day of the week, maybe 2 or 3 that affect the community. And we don't always have somebody sitting in those meetings, but maybe somebody can go once every 2 months and sit in front of their computer and watch it and then report out what happened. And there be a phone tree, or there be a text message tree, or there be something that can pass information through the community at large, not the people who can afford to hire an attorney to go sit at the meeting, to go speak for them at the meeting. Community. And we can't blame community engagement or lack thereof on the people who have the money to spend to pay somebody to do something. Sometimes we've got to make a way for ourselves. We have, as Black people, we've always had to make a way for ourselves. So we have to do that. And I'm not saying this today for Black people or white people or Asian or anybody in particular. I'm saying that as community, as citizens of our communities, our local communities, and our community at large, we have to be involved. And we can't wait for somebody to come tell us what's going on. Because too often, by the time they come and tell us, it's after it's all done. I want you to commit, just like I've had to commit. I'm retired, I get that. But I'm also trying to build a business. It's hard to be everywhere at one time. And that's part of why I took off, because I can't be everywhere at one time. But I knew I couldn't just leave it behind. So I brought it with me. But if you can go, if you can go play golf, if you can go outside and play ball, if you can sit down and watch TV, if you can go get your nails done, if you can go get your hair done, if you can go shopping, then you can be part of a phone or text tree. If there is an elder who's retired who's willing to go to a meeting, let them go to the meeting and come back and call you and tell you what happened, or write a note and take a picture of it and post it somewhere. We can do this. We don't have to be at the mercy of all these people who tell us what to do. And that's not a bad thing, that we don't have to be at their mercy. It's a good thing, because we need to work together. And that's all I needed to say. Hey Hua, I look forward to working with you on race, on civic engagement, on making sure that we keep our communities ours and not the politicians. And so I'm going to take another little break and go write some. I'll talk to you later. Please comment, and let's start this conversation. Let's figure out how to do this thing. Bye.